I know you have just introduced some new legislation in response to the president's immigration policies. Tell us what that is and why you think it's necessary.
Yeah, I'm very proud of this bill. It's called Dignity for Detained Immigrants. I lead it along with Congressman Adam Smith, also from Washington State, because that detention center is in his, it was in his district. Now it's in Emily Randall's district. She's on the bill as well. And this is a bill that overhauls the immigrant incarceration system. And I call it incarceration because we say detention because immigration is a civil matter, not a criminal matter, regardless of whatever the president says. And yet these facilities have been turned into essentially jails with horrific conditions, rotting food, no water, unsanitary conditions, no ability for people to get the due process that they desperately need and are due by our Constitution. In fact, 220 judges across the country, Joyce, have actually ruled that Trump's mass detention policy is in violation of due process laws. And so my bill, Dignity for Detained Immigrants, repeals mandatory detention. It phases out the for-profit incarceration facilities that are minting money using taxpayer dollars to pad their profits just so they can detain people, incarcerate people that should never be there in the first place. By ICE's own statistics, over 70% of immigrants who are detained today, record number of immigrants today, 66,000 people across our country, set to increase to over 120,000 people, larger than the Bureau of Prisons with the huge infusion of cash under the Trump administration. So our bill completely phases out those private for-profit prisons and instead provides community-based alternatives, which we know is the best way for people to actually be able to show up at their immigration proceedings. It also says you can't detain children and families. It says you can't detain vulnerable populations like elderly and caregivers and others. And it mandates a certain set of conditions that have to be followed within any existing detention centers.